All right, so we have a question about getting an image onto an object. For the project we're working on, we're building a sword, and we need a reference image to help us build our object accurately. So I'm going to build a plane just by dragging and dropping with the left mouse button. I'm going to pop this Houdini window out. And I wanted to start off with two methods. Well, let's go ahead and go into, we're going to use this image here, and then we'll use the one that was right next to it. So this is one Gladius, and here's the other one. And we want to use two methods to show you how to do this. So first off, I have this image, I have this planar object, and it's in shaded view. What I want to do is just grab that image and drag it onto the actual object itself. It's not quite right, and we'll talk about how to fix that real quick. What you want to be careful of is not dragging into wireframe view, not in material editor, but out of this thing. If I drag this into here, it's going to go right into the actual viewport background, and you do not want this to happen. Hit cancel if you see this pop up. If it comes up, you'll notice that the actual screen doesn't change the background, it stays as is, and that can be real problematic with building things as you go. So what I'm going to do here is go into this little plus sign, configure viewports, and we can go to background. I can remove that image and hit OK. Alright, so my computer graphics card is kind of messed up, so it's not very clean right there. So let's go ahead and do the other method. So we have, if I go back to shaded view, you can see I have the image there. We're going to replace that image. So I have the material editor open, that's M on my keyboard. And we'll go back into where our image is at. I'm just going to take the other image, I'm just going to drag it right into material editor. And then I want to drag out of here, because we have a bitmap, what we need to do is apply it to a material. Since we're just using some basic understanding of the tools, we don't need to go anything stronger than the materials editor. We'll go to scan line, and then we'll hit standard. At this point, we'll hit diffuse color, and that'll actually extend from the output node of the bitmap node into the diffuse input node of the color. We'll see that right there. I'm going to double click on this. You can see that it has now become selected by the dotted line around it. Selecting our object down here. What I want to do next is apply it. I'm going to go from material ball to the object box. As you can see, it's just gray right now. So what we need to do now is actually turn on the material in the shaded view. And now we have applied the material from one format to another. Just so you can see what happens when we go the other route. Leave that there, and we'll go into this folder again. I'm going to grab a third image, just do something different. Excuse me. Let's just throw that on there for right now. And so now what we have is a different material on our object. This is still in the scene, but it's not in on the actual object anymore, or on this particular set of faces. I'm going to click on this little eyedropper right here and click on this object, and it's going to put the material that we have that has been created. It's the exact same material that we have up here, just a different name. This one is labeled material number 47 or 27, excuse me, and this one should be 28. And here's the new bitmap, and here's the other bitmap, and it's pretty straightforward. So again, if you want to just apply it, double click on it, make sure it's selected, hit material to object, and you'll see it in your scene. Now to fix it real quick, what we want to do is go to UV map right there, and I want to I'm going to rotate this. So I'm going to go to sub object, hit gizmo. I'm just going to rotate this like this. It's not going to be quite fit. So what I'm going to do first before I do that, I'm going to undo that and hit bitmap fit. Go find that image. What I'm going to do here is go into the actual, copy that, paste that into file name, and then we're going to go find the image that I'm using. And see, well, that'll extend the actual parameters of the bitmap, the UV map, to the extension of the bitmap based on the proportions of the bitmap itself. And here I can actually go and, oopsie, wrong button. We can scale this down. I'm going to scale this using the view mode in the X and the Y so the proportions maintain. And just kind of slowly easy that into that spot right there. Sweet. And our reference is ready to go. Sweet.